Hello and welcome to another episode of Mr. Boskin Does Some Math. Today we are doing illustrative math, grade 8, unit 1, lesson number 13. Okay, our first problem says, which of these four figures are congruent to the top figure? So the first thing I think I'm going to do here is trace it. Because if they are congruent, you have to be able to place one on top of the other and get a perfect match. Now, this is a little bit different than some of the other ones we've been doing. This has 3 additional little blue circles in the middle. So we kind of want to make sure that those are in the same place as well. Can I move that? Yep, that moves everything. Well, A doesn't seem to match. Those outer circles seem a little different. Yep, looking at those circles look further away than those original ones. How about this figure here? Well, this looks like it's a little stretched out from the original. The circles are the same distance apart, but the whole shape is wider. This one, without even rotating it and lining it up, I can see that those blue circles are oriented in the wrong direction. Now what about C? C looks like our correct choice. C is the one that's congruent. Okay, these two figures are congruent with corresponding points marked. ABC, A prime, B prime, C prime. Are angles ABC and A prime, B prime, C prime congruent? Are the angles going to be congruent? Well, if the figures are congruent, then all corresponding angles have to be congruent. So, yes. Measure angles ABC and A prime, B prime, C prime to check your answer. So you can check these angles on your own with a protractor. I don't have a good protractor on the computer, so you're on your own for that one. Here are two figures. Show using measurement that these two figures are not congruent. So how could we show using measurement? Well, if I measured this distance, does that distance match the other figure? No, it doesn't. You could do this by hand with a ruler and get this is 4 centimeters or whatever it is across. Is it going to match figure B? No, it's not. Each picture shows 2 polygons, one labeled polygon A, one labeled polygon B. Describe how to move polygon A into the position of polygon B using a transformation. So, for our first one here, how do we get figure A onto figure B using a transformation? I would reflect it over this line. Reflect it over this line, and that will take figure A and put it exactly onto figure B. Now our next one, A and B, how do we get figure A onto figure B? This one is a rotation, it looks like. I would rotate it around this point. Let's call that point P. Rotate around point P. Now, how much do we need to rotate it? Well, I could use a protractor, but I'm going to say that is a 90-degree rotation. Now, which direction are we rotating it? From A to B. Looks like we are going that way, which is clockwise. Okay. Problem C, how do we transform figure A and get it onto figure B? That looks like a translation. And we need to go how far? Well, if I want this point to get here, I need to go up 1, and I need to go right 3. Up 1 unit, and right 3 units. Up 1 unit, right 3 units, and that will translate figure A onto figure B. Okay, that was our last problem. This has been another episode of Mr. Boskin Does Some Math. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you next time.